Hey guys, Max92 and welcome back to another wrap-up. Today, it's finally here, the long-awaited Nier Automata wrap-up. Said I was going to do this a long time ago at this point. And then I did two more other different wrap-ups and wrap-ups bites. It's been a minute. This was supposed to be the next one, but I've gotten sidetracked because this originally was going to be a bigger video. It was going to be like not even exactly a wrap up at that point, but I changed my mind and I'm going to do another video essay type video on the game eventually. I've got some research I want to do looking into stuff, but today it is the review, the wrap up. Finally. I would probably count Nier Automata as among the best games that I have played. I honestly haven't finished that many games in my lifetime. I played a lot of games growing up, but I didn't finish very many. And so it wasn't until, like, I was basically in high school that I started finishing any games that I had. So it was sort of like, I haven't finished many. And so my list of best games that I like the most is kind of short. So, yeah, it's up there with one of them. I don't really rank value-wise. We're gonna start this off with spoiler-free stuff, and then I'll get into spoilers towards the end part of the video. I'll let you know before that happens so you can click off or whatever. So here we are. The spoiler-free section starts now. The seamless integration this game has of the sort of third-person hack and slash open world stuff with the like shmup bullet hell stuff is astounding. Honestly, that is probably one of the most amazing parts of this game to me, is that it's done super well. It meshes in a way you almost wouldn't expect. Cutting between these two things, you know, there's just sections where you jump in a flight suit and you go do shmup stuff, and then you come back, and it doesn't feel like weird to do. Like, it doesn't feel out of the question, just because of how the bullet hell and shmup elements are also integrated into the hack and slash portion of the game as well, with your pod who shoots bullets and stuff, all that jazz. It's just really, really well designed gameplay on that end, and the way that functions together. The narrative is also pretty good. I mean, there's, with everything, it's not a perfect game, but so there's some like iffy dips in the story here and there, but it's overall a good story. It's something that I felt emotions with going through it, and the music is also absolutely phenomenal. It just is constantly stuck in my head, just parts of it, and hopefully I can get my hands on a soundtrack at some point. That's something I want to do for the upcoming eventual more video essay style thing, so that I can get specific tracks easily, buying a CD soundtrack of it. But it's just really good. So getting into the kind of construction, organization of the game, there are 3 routes. You have a route A, a route B, and a route C, which are basically 3 playthroughs that are different. So you do route A first, you finish that, you start the game again, and you get route B. You finish that, you start the game out again, you get route C. For me, that amounted to probably somewhere between 50 and 60 hours of gameplay, and I was trying to do everything along the way instead of having to pick stuff up afterwards. I did pretty much everything I could along the way. Until Route C, when I was just trying to finish the game, get to the point where the chapter select unlocked so that I can easily go back through and pick up any other things that I needed to do. So there's that. And then there are 5 main endings. Endings A, B, C, D, E. I've gotten 4 of them. I have not gotten ending E yet because I want to do that as sort of the last thing I do. There's technically 26 endings, A through Z, but everything after E are kind of joke endings where it's like a type of game over where like you did a certain thing a certain way, and so the end, credits, back to main menu, go back, try again. So there are those, but my goal, I might at some point pick those up, but I didn't feel the need to on this section. I'm not looking to 100% the game yet. I did get a number of them along the way. I don't remember exactly how many, but there is that. My real big issue is that Route B, your second playthrough, can feel a little bit like a chore. It's sort of the low part, and I'll explain that in the spoiler section if you are someone to stay along for that. But it's just sort of, like it's not the worst thing, and I get why. But like I said, I'll explain more in the spoiler section. I just really liked the game overall, especially in terms of gameplay. I didn't run into any like weird glitches or anything. I was playing on the Xbox One, and then I finished it on the Series X, so my footage will be a bit of both. One of the things I can say about the Series X is getting it on that SSD made the load times noticeably faster. Which, is good, because the load times were kind of long sometimes on the Xbox One. But, better hardware means better load times and everything. So, yeah, it's a very beautiful, very thoughtful game that is about things. It has kind of something it's looking to say. And that's all I'll get into here in the spoiler-free section. So I think that's sort of the end of my spoiler-free section. I like the game. I recommend it to pretty much everyone to at least try. And so, if you don't want spoilers, I'll see you off here. Like, dislike, subscribe, whatever you feel. And I'll see you off here, and I'll give you a moment so that, you can do those things and leave. All right. I'm assuming that anyone who doesn't want spoilers is gone now. So, spoilers time. So, the reason I think Route B is kind of a chore is because Route B is Route A from 9S's perspective rather than from 2B's perspective. And because of that, you do pretty much all of the same things. The major set pieces tend to have a different slant to them, but other than that, you're doing the same game a second time. And while I understand why that is the case, the doing these things, interacting with these characters over that extended, 30 to 40 hours that it was for me, of doing routes A and B, really endeared me and got me to know these characters, which set up for the emotional impact of Route C, where it's sort of, just questions everything that was set up in the first 2/3. It's a climax resolution situation. And I understand why Route B is like that, but it just sort of can feel like a slog here and there. I kind of whizzed through it really quick because, it was just doing the same thing again. I mean, at least your side quests, if you finished them in Route A, did carry over. So it wasn't like I got to do all these side quests again. Like, your side quests are, they exist across all 3 routes. And so that's always good. It also lets you pick up side quests you might have missed on Route A, some side quests you might have missed on Route A, and gives you some new side quests. I kind of rushed through it because it was just basically the same thing again. I did do pretty much all the side quests along the way, but there weren't as many side quests because I'd done a lot of the side quests that are for both Route A and B. It's just sort of, I understand, but I wish there was another way they could have done that. Because it's really my main criticism with the game. As for talking about the themes of the game, it definitely has a sort of existentialist concept overarching the whole thing. It's just sort of like, what does it mean to live? What does it mean to be human? You have these 2 different robot groups. You have the androids and the machines. And it's obvious, but it's intended to be obvious, like what the thought is here. You have the androids are we're more important because we're more sapient. We're closer to humans. We look like humans. And then you have these machines that appear that are pretty much identical to androids. And it's sort of just like, it's really, really discussing that sort of idea of what does it mean to be human? What is an enemy? What is? It's really just tearing apart and questioning your ideas of existence and just basic concepts like why do we fight? Why are there wars? Why do people act in certain ways? And because this is set, after humanity is extinct and we just have these 2 mechanical life forms learning and looking at, what humanity was so long ago, it's just very, very heady in its themes. It's got this sort of like, what is love? What does that mean? What does that mean in the context of war? What is the difference between 2 enemies? What does it mean when you're just doing what you're told? Like, it pulls apart these sort of concepts that we know pretty well from fiction, and it does it in this certain way that I just haven't seen in this medium. I've not seen a video game do this. in what I have played. And so it's really, really interesting for me to have had those themes explored. And I think people should at least play the game and sort of see that and sort of look past the sort of veneer of, oh look, hot anime lady sort of thing, and sort of pay attention to what it's telling you with that. Because it is sort of like, you have the interviews with Yoko Taro being like, yeah, To Be is hot because I like hot girls. Like, there's not a reason, like, and that's sort of in the game too. Like, there's no real reason that the androids look the way they do. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to all of the androids, or most of the androids, being feminine. Because these androids don't have gender concepts particularly. Like, they have what is essentially a passed down from an instinct civilization concept of what it means to be any genders, any of that. And so, like, they just don't even think about it. You don't have 9S being it's like, I'm the only boy in this world. Like, it's just not it's not there because it's not strange to them. It's not unusual. That's just the way things are. That, you know, there aren't a lot of guys, or there aren't a lot of masculine looking androids or whatever. It tears apart concepts. That's the sort of the main crux of the game. I don't know that it's really giving commentary exactly, but it's trying to make you think about things. It's trying to put you in a position where there are no humans here, but you still care. And it's trying to make you think about, why do you care when these aren't humans? Why do you care about any of this? It's built into the experience to make you question just the whole, like, why am I playing a video game? What do I get out of this? That's the whole thing. And I've just not seen a AAA major publisher mainstream hit game explore this sort of topic before. And I really just think everyone should at least play the game. I do wonder if having played either Nier Replicant or Nier Gestalt, whichever one, you know, if Replicant just re-released, so maybe you'll have that, but Gestalt on the PlayStation 3 was the North American release where they changed some things. They're basically the same game. I wonder if either of those would give me more context to what's happening, because I do feel like I'm missing some things, but it's sort of like, it's not enough that I feel lost. You're kind of supposed to feel lost. This is a far, far future. I feel like even if you have played Gestalt Replicant, you're not going to understand that much more. You just might have a little more context for the history of the world. And I'm going to come back. This is my main conclusion. I think this game's a must-play, even if it's just, you know, getting through Route A to ending A. Even if you stop there, which I feel like a lot of people do. I think even that 20-hour experience is worth it. Just to experience even just the gameplay, not even, because that's the great thing about this situation. Not only does it have good gameplay, it also has a good narrative and interesting themes and good music backing that up. And I say it's a must play because all of those things, because just to play it to experience the gameplay is worth it. Just to play it to experience the narrative and its themes is worth it. And that's just doing, even if you just do a Route A to ending A experience. Even if you don't even if you don't do Route B and Route C or whatever, even if you stop after ending A, I think that is worth doing. I mean, even if you don't do that, if you have the ability to pick this game up, it's on Game Pass, I think, still. I bought it at some points, but it's on Game Pass, I think. If you have the ability to play this game, even if, you know, you don't want to finish it, but you can play it through Game Pass or something, play the game. It's worth at least some time. And that's my conclusion. So, I know I sent people off earlier, but we'll do it again. Description, links, like, dislike, subscribe, leave a comment. Have you played Nier Automata? What do you think? What do you think about my opinion? It's just an opinion. Share the video. Tell everyone. Tell your friends. Yeah. Do the things. Do the things. And anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
To be. Are you?
Nights.
Oh no. To be.